Bless you.
Thank you.
Black coffee with a side of tea starts now only on Stunner Radio.
In order to be born, you needed 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16 great-grandparents, 32 third great-grandparents, 64 fourth great-grandparents, 128 fifth great-grandparents, 256 sixth great-grandparents, 512 seventh great-grandparents, 1,024 eighth great-grandparents, and 2,048 ninth great-grandparents.
What?
For you to be born today from 12 previous generations, you needed a total of 4,094 ancestors over the last 400 years. Think for a moment. How many struggles, how many battles, how many difficulties, how much sadness, how much happiness, how many love stories, how many expressions of hope for the future did your ancestors have to undergo for you to exist in this world?
Damn. Yeah.
Damn.
The exact word. Damn.
Damn.
I mean, it leaves you speechless.
Right.
My goodness.
Because really, how many struggles? How many struggles did all of those ancestors go through to get to where we are now? That make you think about some stuff.
It's a lot.
It's basically in a state of gratitude. That's
Yes.
exactly what Lisa said last night.
Yes.
Live in gratitude because without them, there would be no you.
Miss Diva Reed said, "Damn, yep."
That's a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot of people and a lot of emotions, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of
Yes. Hey,
Hey, Miss
everything.
Diva.
thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Miss Diva, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, that is a lot. That's definitely a lot. Definitely a lot. Happy Saturday, ladies. Good to see y'all.
Happy
Happy
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes.
Welcome to Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. If you tuning in, if you listening on the playback, make sure that you listen to the new episode because we is live, baby, in effect. It is almost November, so I had to bring out the orange. You see,
Uh-oh.
I
Uh-oh.
had to bring out the fall colors for just a hot second because we know we don't really have fall.
Right.
So, how was y'all week? Let's do this, sister. Check in. How was the week? Did you have any things that were poignant to you in that week throughout the week that made you go, hmm?
Mhm.
Hmm. Well, my week was good. I had a really, really good week. I had some things that made me go, hmm. Yes, I did. I had some people that made me go, hmm.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But
Makes you stop and
overall,
think.
overall, it
Thank
was
you,
a
Miss
good
Diva
week.
Ray. Miss Diva Ray say, absolutely, I love the show.
Thank you, Miss
Thank you
Diva
so
Thank you.
Reed.
much.
Thank you.
Overall, it was a good week, and I can say that I am well. I'm well, and that's one of my new things. I'm learning about so many things, but I'm learning about people. A lot of people aren't well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just not well. So
In many ways.
in
In many
many
ways.
ways.
Yes.
I've noticed that this week that a lot of people, their reaction to things, the way they go through problems, the way even that they deal with people is based on their wellness and their wholeness or lack thereof. So I've been really realizing that when I'm well, I'm just grateful for being well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I could say that I'm existing in a state of wellness here, and so it's been a good week for me. But just observing things and observing people and realizing that, wow, some people really just making it, just going through life, but they are not well.
Mm-hmm.
You remember this old song, I'm well with my soul.
Come on with it.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah,
I'm well with my
yes,
soul.
favorite.
yes.
Come on, church hymns. I
It is
love
well, yes,
Yes. Are you well with your soul? Because if you think if we a lot of us do not think about that our soul is older than who we are.
it. Mm-hmm.
Mm. Come on, T baby.
That's something you
Our
preach
soul
tonight.
is older than who we are in this physical body. You
Mm.
know how you hear people say that's an old soul, because
Yeah.
it truly is. That person can be true, like can be young, but they have an old soul because they have reincarnated in a younger body to do this life again.
Yeah, I think that that some people, you know, and I have an acquaintance that texted me and said they were looking at one of my old shows that said, how do you know when you need a soul cleanse?
Mm.
And I forgot that I even did that episode about
I
needing a
remember
soul
that one.
cleanse.
I
So
remember
I,
that one.
you know,
Yes.
and he was like, that is very interesting, but I could, in a sense, I felt like he didn't necessarily get it. And so it just, you know, it shows me that a lot of times, you know, people not really where you at, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
and
when you,
people also process things differently. So when you might process something on a certain level, their level might not match yours.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. And
That's
and
evolution.
matters of the soul and spiritual matters is not easy for everybody to grasp. And I had to learn that because it's very easy for me to grasp. But I had to learn it's not easy for everybody because some people be lost.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Say that again for the people in the back that's just catching up.
Yep. So like you, Lisa, I had a pretty good week. My week was good. I did have some okay moments, you know, just life, just going through it, you know, just people that you're acquainted with, and you know, just looking at things and just seeing how people grow, you know, is very interesting to me. But
Very.
overall, I had a pretty good week. I'm looking forward to finishing out this semester. You know, I'm getting closer to the baby coming, so I'm really excited for 2023 to come on with it. Come on with it. So I'm
Yes.
pushing through, y'all. I'm pushing through.
All
But
right.
everything's good on my end. I'm okay. Had a pretty great week.
That's the main thing. Push through, push through.
Exactly.
Can't complain.
So I had a good week. I actually had training this morning, and very eye-opening training. So grateful to I'm glad that I did, I chose this particular day to do training. And you know how you think, oh, it's gonna be a training, and we're just gonna be sitting there, we're gonna be listening to somebody show a PowerPoint and just talk us to death. But that's not what I got from it. I walked away with a whole different mindset when it comes to diversity and making sure when you deal with different biases that we have against people that we meet on a daily basis, just based on how they look or how they dress or things of that nature. And so um, they did and I'll make it short, they were talking about your network. And I was like, well, who is in your network who is in everybody's network? And they named 10 people that is in your network. So the chat just started going, you can see everybody put it in the chat. And my name comes up and they says, well, Tanisha is in everybody's network. I was like, what? I was like, I was really taken off guard because I did not, that's not something I expected, And so what I realized is that I listened to a reading earlier this week, and it says, in your former life, you were so beautiful that people were jealous of you, that you're masking it now.
Mm.
Oh,
So
wow.
Lisa
Right.
saying to
Yeah.
me. I remember Lisa saying that to me when I first became a part of Stunner. So it's like full circle now.
That's interesting.
That is very interesting. Wow.
Because
Because you know,
this ceased to amaze me. You
yeah,
know, she ceased to
this
amaze
life that we are on currently, this current issue of life, People be jealous of everything. Like people could be jealous of stuff that ain't even real. Like people jealous of your hair. I'd be like, this ain't my real hair. You can have it too. It's over at Royal Beauty Supply.
No, it's the Karens for me that are like, oh, I would love to do that to my hair. You can try. You can do it.
Yes.
It's not gonna turn out the same though.
Right, but
it's
you
not
can
gonna
try
work on the
style.
Karens.
You can try a different style.
But you know, I will say this about the Karens, they smart now because see, some of us, I don't like this, but you can't really, knock people who do this. Do these tutorials on TikTok, YouTube, and telling all our secrets as Black girls.
Right.
Get irritated. I'm like,
sometimes I get
no. Now,
that's our secret. It's been a secret for years. So why are you telling it now?
They showing all our processes, all the things we do, all our secrets. And I'm irritated because now the Beckys and the Karens, they all doing it. And I'm like,
they doing it. They doing it.
Exactly. That's I'm like you, Lisa. I sometimes I'll be looking at TikTok and I'll be shaking my head because I'm like, y'all talk too much.
Yes.
Y'all need to cut it out.
Y'all talk too much. Y'all just telling all the business that's been certain stuff should never be revealed. Yeah, keep it hidden. It was hidden all this time. Don't make it a public forum. Keep it on the back.
Yeah, don't make it a thing now.
Well, let's talk about that since we're talking about social media stories of the week. Ooh. What type of things do you feel like should not be on social media?
Oh, that's a good one. I think the facade of these perfect relationships or perfect marriages, because you see, it's a pictorial. It's a glimpse for 5 seconds that you see, and people are striving and breaking their neck to try to emulate this particular relationship that they have seen for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You only saw the picture
or just a picture of it, just the image of a relationship.
But so on the flip, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say on the flip side of that, I had a Facebook friend that posted something this week about getting a divorce. And she posted a picture of her and her husband, and she said, I begged and I pleaded to save my marriage. My husband saw things another way. So with great regret, I need to inform y'all that we are splitting. We are getting a divorce. And people was like, that don't belong on social media. But to me, it's like, but all the pictures of the perfect marriage do.
That's because people are so sensitive. People in this world are so sensitive now. So just like you, I seen it's a show called Teen Mom, and one of the girls and her Black boyfriend, they bought a house, they showed all of this, they're in the public eye, but their relationship isn't working out. So they did, express that they were going to go their separate ways, and that, they appreciate all the love and support, but they put that on social media. And so looking back at the comments, like you said, people are not as receptive to something so negative versus only the good things. And it's because they're sensitive. I feel like people are too sensitive about somebody else's business.
I think because people want the fantasy, they want to exist in what's not real. Because the minute you start showing what's real, take that down. No, this is what's real.
Right. Yeah, this is what you can see in the picture.
What you need to see. Because I can show you all the vacation pictures in the world, but if I get on here and tell you, look, this nigga done acted a fool and he got to go, I don't want nobody saying, oh, that don't belong. No.
Yeah, don't tell me that.
Yeah, if I'm gonna share the good, I'm gonna share the good and the bad. Personally, I try not to share too much personal stuff, period. Because I know how I am. I'm not gonna do bad, and I'm not gonna share just the good. That ain't even in me. If I get to sharing, I'm gonna share everything. So I just try not to put personal stuff.
You're gonna call it what it is, okay? If it's a shit,
I don't know where to stop. Yeah. Yeah. And then when people be posting stuff like, people be mad at me, I be wanting to put under there because you on that bullshit. That's why I really be wanting to comment the real, because you fake. That's why people mad at you. That's why people don't support you, because you fake.
Yep.
And I say to myself, no, that's not for social media, because people People
will
want a
block
fairy
you.
tale.
People will block you. People will report you. People will go to the extent.
And
You'll
I
be
think
shadow banned.
people don't want the truth. People
Yeah.
want to lie.
That's true.
The illusions that that you talked about last night, the illusion.
People want the
People
illusions.
want to consistently live in the illusion when the reality is we know that marriages and relationships take consistent work. And if you're not up for that job, you shouldn't sign up. It's just like going to a job that you know that you aren't qualified for, and you're trying to go in there and fake the funk, and then they figure out you don't even know what you don't even know how to work a particular machine. You in there, you done cut your finger, you done stubbed your toe,
You don't even much know. You don't even know how to do an oil change, but you working at Jiffy Lube.
Yeah, no, stop that.
Yeah, the car about to fall on you, and you now you trying to sue the company, but they didn't know that you didn't know because you fabricated your information. So it's the same thing with a relationship. Miss Diva Reese said you can't even cut it off. Exactly. I'm not gonna go to be a mechanic because I can look under the hood, but it looks foreign to me.
But we talked about this before when we talked about people getting BBLs and getting their teeth done and all this by unqualified people. The fact of the matter is everybody wants things so instantly. They want things to be so perfect. And that's the same thing when you talk about the fake and the illusions. I hate the fact that people will get with somebody and then start posting great pictures, and then somebody else looking at it in their relationship and feeling like, I don't have that. Bitch, they don't either.
They really don't have that.
They don't
really
either.
Don't. It's a cropped photo. It's a cropped photo at this point.
It's an illusion.
So with that being said, I think that's my biggest that's the biggest thing for me that I don't like seeing on social media. All of the fake bodies and like the body image and like your model female. Like I don't really care for that. And it's really tainting the younger generation's image or vision of what a real woman looks like.
Absolutely.
I just feel like you have to, be for
know
me,
who you are.
I approach it like this. I know this is what social media is, so I'm gonna give them what they want. I'm gonna give them the edited photos. I'm gonna give them the photos where I'm gonna at the right angles. I'm gonna give it to them because that's what they want. So I'm not gonna be on there, when I'm sitting all like this. No, I'm gonna give you what you want. You want all this and you want all that. I'm gonna give you that. But in my real life, please understand that real life is different from social media.
Absolutely.
So if you come into my real life, you got to be ready for the real.
Mm-hmm.
They don't be ready for it.
And I think a lot of people are not. So they need to stay right where they are on social media.
Because they fake and they can keep that fake stuff through the media.
And they're not happy. I mean, for me, I'm happy in real life. I don't have to be social media happy. I'm happy in real life. I ain't got to post every time I'm at the movies. I ain't got to post every time. Baby, I'm outside. I'm outside all the time. I ain't got to post it, though.
Outside.
I'm outside. I ain't got to post it, though, because I'm happy.
No, you don't have to post it. You don't have to post it. And that's something me and Jamie talk about all the time. People be looking to see what you're gonna post. You're gonna be waiting all day, and you're gonna be tired, sleepy, hungry.
You're gonna be mad at mine. You're gonna be
mad because you're not gonna see what I'm doing because I'm actually in the moment. Mm-hmm. That's what we have to live. When you posting for social media, you're not in the moment. You too busy trying to make sure the picture looks good. I don't want you to know where I'm at.
Right.
And for me, for my baby's birthday, I got him some beautiful balloons, a beautiful cake, all that. But I didn't even care to take pictures of it because it was for us. It was for the moment. It was for our family. It was us. It was our thing. That's the first time.
Yeah, it was more special to you. Yeah. When you're like, okay, I understand, like what we do and stuff like that. So yeah, we go to a networking thing. You're gonna take pictures. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. No problem. But when it's something more intimate and personal, like seriously intimate, you're not gonna take photos every 2 seconds, every 3 seconds. Like you're not, it's not on your mind at that moment. Well, for me, it's not on my mind because I'm enjoying the moment.
Exactly. That's me
Right.
too.
And I think that is part of it. What you mentioned is the fact that, what we do when we go out to functions and events that we're invited to as a media personality, we have to take pictures.
Yeah.
We have to do reels. We have to do selfies. We have to do that. So when you get those moments in your personal life, you be like, I ain't taking a damn picture. I'm enjoying this moment for me. If I take a picture of my food and my drink just because how pretty it is, I ain't posting it.
Yeah, not right now. Anyways, I might not post it in that moment.
Yeah, it's just for me. Yeah, I might do it later, a week or two, even the next day. But I want to enjoy my moment,
Absolutely.
Right then and there in that moment. That's how you absorb the experiences is by being in the moment versus taking a picture. And if you do take a picture, it's for the memories.
Right.
It's for the memories. It's not for social media. It's for so that you can go back 2-3 weeks or months later and you be like, oh, I remember that. That was so fun. Da 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 da. But not for social media.
Right.
I
agree with that because for me, I have thousands of pictures that I have probably never posted at all. Like I might randomly post one, like if I see one of the things come up on Instagram now, but other than that, I have so many pictures from when we first started doing Black Coffee with a Side of Tea at locations, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh my gosh, like, dang, I never even shared these pictures. Like, and that's your personal moment. Like that, I don't know. I feel like my photos are sacred, I guess.
I think to a certain degree mine are too. Because I'm always taking them for a purpose. But when I take a photo that's not for a particular purpose, that's mine. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I take a photo of my grandson or my kids, that's mine. I'm not sharing that with nobody. That's just mine.
Exactly.
That's on my phone for me. Yeah. And I know someone had said to me, I didn't even know you had kids. You don't post your kids. And I said, I do post my kids sometimes, but not all the time because those are my kids. They're mine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not willing to share them all the time. When I take pictures of me and my boys, it's just for me. I'm looking at them and I'm like, wow, I'm so blessed. Look at my babies. Look at my boys. It's just for me.
Yeah,
and
I used to post my baby all the time. I used to post my baby all the time, but now, like the older he's gotten, the more I look at him grow from like, where he came from, being a preemie and stuff like that. I just cherish those moments. Like, oh my God, my baby is getting so big, and I enjoy that more than sharing it and getting feedback from anybody else because I don't really care. It's just that's my baby. Like, you can see your child grow in front of your eyes. So. I agree with you, Lisa. I'm right there with you. That's mine.
Yes. And don't let your girl get a mane. Oh my God. Y'all ain't gonna see nothing like I said, but his wrist. Yeah. You might see his left shoe.
The back of his head, maybe.
That part. His shoulder.
He will not be tagged.
Hello?
At all.
So you can go looking on his page and see what he doing.
Now, if he tag me, that's up to him. If he tag me and choose to do all that, that's up to him. But for me, I learned from the past. I'm holding mine close. I'm not sharing mine with the world. Y'all do what y'all do. It's like somebody had mentioned about, I can't remember what celebrity it was, but they had been in a relationship for years and nobody knew about their person. And both of them was famous. And people was like, what are they not, they don't want to share. Are they embarrassed of each other? I think it's none of that. It's just this our thing.
It's sacred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Mulatto said. I read I listened to one of her interviews and she was saying, she has a man now, whatever, but that ain't nobody else's business. She's in the public eye and every little thing that you might do is publicized. It goes to, it's not just surface, it goes to the highest extent. So why not cherish something that I have for myself versus the world trying to pry and figure out what's going on? Like, no, it's not that deep. I'm happy. I'm enjoying myself. My man, leave me alone. Yeah. When I pop out with a baby, you might see him.
Yeah.
Like, you know how the celebrities do. You get to see the hand.
Yeah,
That's
the
good
wrist.
enough.
Look at the flick of the wrist.
You know, I feel them on that. I feel them
Yeah,
on
me
that.
too. I do.
Absolutely. It's sacred. You don't want everybody, scrutinizing who you dating. I don't need your opinion. Your opinion is unwarranted.
Yep.
This
Well,
is
you know,
my
I don't
man.
mind. I don't mind if they scrutinize. I don't mind if they look. I don't mind any of that. It's just that I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of possessive of my stuff. I don't need you to see none of my stuff. That's like, people people who know me and be like, yeah, I ain't never been over your house. Ain't no.
I know, right? I know.
You
It's on
know.
purpose. It's on
I
purpose.
am very private and possessive of my things.
Mhm.
Very much so, because it's mine. You know what I'm saying? And I do
Exactly.
not, and also because energy, this is something I learned the hard way. Energy is powerful. I don't
Very.
need your energy aimed toward nothing of mine. Nothing. I don't need your energy in my house, my car. I don't need none of that. So I've just been that type of person that if it's something that I want to really hold close to my heart and protect, I'm gonna keep it close to me.
Right.
Mhm.
And
I
that's
agree.
it.
I agree.
Exactly. Definitely. I'm the same way. I don't post a lot on my social media for that very reason. I'm like you,
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna give
I
you
have
my face.
so many pictures, and then I look at what I could have posted, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna post
Yeah,
that.
I ain't posting that one. I got that one
I
in
ain't
my
posting
phone.
that
I'm
one.
gonna put a heart around it in my phone, but
Right.
I
But
ain't
I
doing
learned the hard way too, Lisa, by posting someone I was dating, and then we were no longer together, and he's
Mhm.
blocked, and so yeah, I don't post anybody.
Well, I have gone through the years of social media, and I've had two of my marriages. We were on social media. My first marriage, social media wasn't that big of a thing. Facebook
Mhm.
was just coming out, and it was like nobody was on it. People was
Yeah.
talking about it, but people was like, "What the hell?" It just seemed stupid at the time.
I already know
So
what year
my
because
second marriage, we was
remember.
just kind of getting to that, but we was on Black Planet, you know.
Not Black
And
Planet.
yes, we was on Black Planet.
That's when tag was popping. Tag the Black
Yes,
Tag and Black Panic. Yes, ma'am.
yes.
I
Now
was on both.
my most recent marriage, my third one, we met on Black Planet. So we was on all social media. We was on social media together. He was tagging my page. I was tagging his page. We was in pictures together. And then I started seeing certain things from certain people, like on my friends list, showing up on his friend list. I'm like, wait, hold on. What you doing? You're not his friend. You ain't even really much my friend. So what you doing sending him a friend? I didn't like it. I was like, ugh, this
It make
a
you
little
feel
photo.
some type of way.
I
It
didn't
make you
really
feel
much
some type
like
of way.
it, you know.
Yeah,
I
I'm
could
right there
see
with you.
I could see if I've already met, like if you came to an event, you met my dude, and then you on his friends, okay, that's cool. Or you met my husband and you've been to our house, or you met him at an event. If you know
Right.
him in real life,
If we're close enough to know each other's significant others like that, I'm
yeah.
okay.
Or if you know him in real life, even if you met him, I can understand.
Mhm.
Right.
But you ain't never met him in real life, and you know me. What's the purpose?
Why are you trying to follow my man?
Hater.
It's
I
just
don't know.
it rubs me wrong.
It's the hater.
I
It
didn't
just
like it.
rubs me the wrong
It's
way.
giving hater vibes.
Big hater vibes, T baby.
Big hater and jealousy. That's
Yeah,
what it's
I
giving.
didn't much like it. I didn't like it at all.
I don't blame
Well,
you.
call me possessive, baby, because I'm right there with you.
I'm
I'm
very
very
possessive.
Let's not do that.
And I don't think possessive is a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think that I want my man to be possessive of me, because I'm definitely going to be possessive of mine,
Mhm.
you know. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Miss
Yes.
DeVary said that part.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is mine.
Thank
I don't
you.
know who you are. Why are you here?
Why are you following this man?
Exactly. What's your purpose? What's your purpose? That's, because I've been done that way. And
What is this regarding?
What are
yeah.
you doing?
What is this regarding? Why are you messaging me?
Yes.
You could have said that in person when you saw him with me.
Well, I will say this though. When we talk about energy, we talk about spirits, we talk about all that. I learned another thing the hard way. Stop announcing stuff on social media. I learned that the hard way, because it seemed like
Evil
projects
eye.
would fall through, you know, people that I had worked with in the past, they start acting funny. And I'm like, what's going on? Because then I realized people from behind the scenes will go and try to talk to that person or get at that person or start dealing with that person, become that person's best friend all of a sudden. It's
just
like,
some little slick stuff. Just some little slick stuff. And I learned that the hard way too. Another thing that I learned the hard way is putting negative things on social media, like exposing your whole hand. Like I see a lot of people do that, and it's like that's not the way to go. I understand, you know, expressing yourself and stuff like that, but when it's a personal matter, I don't think that should be publicized on social media.
I think if you're a person that posts personal stuff, you either post personal stuff or you don't. Yeah. And I agree with you. If you're a person that don't post much personal stuff, but then you get pissed and post you shouldn't do that.
That bring red flags. It's like,
because it's like you don't never post nothing personal, but then somebody piss you off and you don't never post it. No,
don't do that.
That's how it used to be. If you go back about 4 or 5 years, and you know, Facebook be popping these memories up.
Yes.
Like, oh my God. I have really seen how I've grown because they popped a memory up from like 10 years ago where somebody said something crazy to me on my birthday and I posted this. Bitch, it's my birthday. Try me if you want to. Fuck around and find out. I posted that. And I was like, me? I did that? Oh my God. They don't seem like something that I would do. But I have grown so much. Back then, I didn't give a damn. It was clear. I posted it and tagged the girl. Tagged her.
Yeah, tagged her too. About 10 years ago, absolutely. That was my Facebook. I know the memories that pop up. And you know, people used to try you. You know, people will try you daily. You know, so sometimes you just need to vent, and it's like, okay. And then you go back 10 years later and read it, and it's like, girl, I said that. Who said that? Yeah, you said that. You did do that, and you tagged that person and 2 other people.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
I had a post that popped up the day after I split from my husband, and I posted, I got 99 problems, but a nigga ain't one. Why would I do that? I was like, girl,
Shame.
Girl.
You just learned growth. Just growth. Absolutely. I was just going to say that it definitely shows you the growth you've had in the last few years.
Yeah.
You know, so that was 10 years ago. That was like 10 years ago. And I really need Facebook to just go in and cleanse and purge that. Anything beyond 5 years, y'all can destroy it. Please. Because I was a whole nother person.
Yeah.
Right.
10 years, a decade ago. Come on now. You need to
get rid of that, please. I mean, I don't want y'all to put none of that out. Hey, Dr. Terry Parks. He says, hey,
Dr. Terry Parks.
Yeah, social media, you will learn. Like if you go back now, I feel sorry for people who go back 10 years and don't see a change.
Right, they still doing the same thing. That's sad.
Yeah, that's sad. Still on the same stuff.
But it's really people like that. And like you said, you know, people are really just going through the motions. People really just go through life and don't acknowledge the things that are mentally wrong with them or that are physically wrong with them. Like they don't acknowledge it and they keep on pushing.
Well, let me ask y'all this, because this is something that I've been trying to learn and navigate my way through. Because I've encountered some people that's not well, and you see other people dealing with them, and to me, I be thinking, why y'all just ignoring the fact that this person got some things going on? So for me, what I'm trying to navigate is, when do you try to help them? When do you say something? And when do you just leave it alone? Because I encountered someone that I hadn't seen in years. Mm-hmm. And what they don't know is they told me the same story of something they was going through this year that they told me 3 years ago. Different situation, same story. And I was looking at her like, oh my God, she ain't well. She is not well. This done happened. And I lost my job. I lost my apartment. I don't got nothing. And I was like, I'm thinking to myself, this is the exact same situation you was in 3 years ago.
But did you say that?
I didn't know what to say. I mean,
Yeah.
I wanted to, trust me, I wanted to say, girl, you're not well. Something is not right with you. You're not well because you're still in the same, like when I tell you, totally different relationship, totally different city, totally different set of circumstances, same story.
I would have related the two. Me personally, I would have
I mean,
related.
it
I would
shows
have
you
made
the
him.
person.
Yeah, I would have tried to make her see, like, do you realize this happened already in a different scenario? Like, not trying to be funny, but I would have tried to really relate it to the same situation.
Right. Yeah, I would have said, how is that possible? How
Not
is
you.
it possible?
Not how is that possible?
I'm just saying, like 3 years apart, because now
It's
it's 3
possible.
years ago.
I think it's possible because the person is not, they don't have their stuff together. To me, if it
That
was
part.
if it was me and I was this person's close friend, I would
Yeah.
literally say, look, you need to get some help. You need to get yourself together because this ain't normal. You need to get some help. So let me
Yeah.
read this what Dr. Terry Park said. He said, people post things when they are upset because they don't know who to talk to, want folk to ask what's up, want them to take their side, and just flat out pissed off.
That's true too. Some people do want validation on what they're saying. I agree with that part.
Well, I saw a post this week and it was somebody in Houston and it was like 10 people trying to find this lady because she had just posted, I'm so tired of living, I'm ending it. And people was really trying to find her. People was like trying to Google her address, Google. And I'm thinking to myself, is this real? I mean, do people really do this? Or is this a real cry for help or is this a cry for attention?
I hope this isn't too insensitive when I say this, but I do feel like that's a cry for attention, like Ray J. It kind of relates back to what we were talking about with social media and taking pictures and being in a moment. If you're in that moment, you're not telling the world what you're about to do.
Right.
You're gonna take matters into your own hands. That's something that you're dealing with personally, is how I feel.
Absolutely.
But I guess for me, I'm okay with people crying out for attention because I've always said that as human beings, we need attention. We need attention. And I think that social media shows us people want and crave it. My problem is with people who get a lot of attention and it ain't never enough. That's my problem. For people who, you know, you got a crowd of people around you already trying to solve your issues and you still reaching out to social media. Yeah, there's something wrong with you. You just want too much attention. You're like a narcissist. Like you want everything to revolve around you.
Yeah.
But people who are crying out for attention, I'm inclined to give it to them. I'm the person that will get in their inbox and say, what's going on with you? Because I don't care if they want attention, I'm gonna give it to them. Because I feel like it's better for a person to cry out for attention in a way that's not really hurting anyone than to go and shoot up a school or shoot up their job or, you know, do something crazy because they need the attention. So Black people usually take it out on ourselves. Black people usually not gonna go shoot up a school. You're usually gonna become a drug addict, you know, be promiscuous sexually, spend all your money on stuff you don't need. We usually hurting ourselves when we're crying out for help.
Yeah.
Right. I want to read this that Dr. Terry commented. He said, people who are going to harm themselves will do so and won't make an announcement about it. If they do announce it, they are crying out for help or attention. I definitely agree with that. That's pretty much what I was saying. If you're in the moment, you're in that moment.
But let's talk about this whole need for attention thing, because I think this is a subject where men and women sometimes differ. Like sometimes men feel like women need a lot of attention or want a lot of attention, but I look at it like men do too.
Yep, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, some men do. Some men do.
They just seek it in different ways, don't y'all think?
Yep, I definitely agree. They do seek it in different ways, but they need it. Some men need it just as much as a woman does.
Yep.
So why do we feel like a person wanting attention is bad or a person seeking attention. I don't know. I've always struggled with that when people will say about a child acting out, oh, they just want attention. Okay, give it to them.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's the way you go about seeking the attention.
I agree with that. There's certain
There are
ways that
ways.
people go about seeking attention.
Some good, some
Some
mostly
good.
in a obnoxious way. Some of them
Mhm.
are obnoxious, but some of them are, mild mannered.
That's based on upbringing. Because when we were
Mm-hmm.
kids, when a boy liked you, he would hit you. And
Yeah,
it was so
Yep.
stupid. It was so stupid. You'd be like, boy, I know you like me.
yeah.
That's not the way to
Hands
get
to
my
yourself.
attention.
Yeah,
I mean, it did because he hit you, and you was feeling the sting from him hitting you. So
Yeah,
it
that's
did
not the
get
way.
your
That's
attention.
not the way to get
Yeah,
my
but-
attention.
yeah. See, that happened to me before, and I clocked him back upside the head because don't touch me. I don't like you like that. And if you got some emotions that you want to express that with your mouth.
Use
Not
your
with your
words. Exactly.
Use your words.
That's
Don't
what I used
touch
to say.
me.
Use your words.
Yeah, don't touch
Mhm.
me.
Well, Dr. Park says it depends on what the attention is about.
Absolutely. That's
I agree.
that
I definitely agree with Dr. Terry.
I agree.
Miss-
Miss Diva Reed said, wait, what? I think she's talking about when a boy would like you, they would hit you. I don't know about y'all, but that's how it was when I was in elementary school. If a
me
boy
too.
liked you, he'll see you on the playground, either push you down or hit you.
Yep.
And I would
Absolutely.
run home to my dad and be like, this one boy is always pushing me. And my dad was the one that told me, some little boys don't know how to express the fact that they like you. So if
Yeah,
they
That
like
happened
you,
to me. That happened to me in elementary. This little boy, I literally would have to run home. And I couldn't figure out, why are you chasing me, sir? I'm not on the track team. I don't want to run
I'm not
today.
chasing you.
Yes. So we went to the principal. I had to tell my mom, I was like, hey, this little boy is chasing me home for the last couple of days. Can we go to the principal? So the
right.
principal went and brought him in the office, and come to find out the boy like me. I said, Lord Jesus.
But
I've been running all this time.
Miss Diva Reed said hitting is not good attention, and that's true. But let's just be honest about the fact that it's translated over into adult life. Some
Yeah,
men
it's
do
true.
that as adults, and
Yeah.
not with just hitting, but they'll do stuff
Word.
like nitpick you or try to be condescending or
Yep.
oh, where are you going? Or say something like, oh, I see your little show on, or your little business going good, or oh, I see your little, and it's like, you want my attention, sir? Is that what it is? Use your words.
It's the negative comments.
Exactly.
Use your
Exactly.
words, sir.
Please use your words wisely.
Yes, and I think that people
Or
need
choose Webster if you don't know any words.
That part.
but okay, that leads me to that clip. The clip that y'all sent me that was so good. I want to talk about that because it kind of leads to that, like what men really don't know what a real woman wants.
Okay.
Come on.
Right,
Money won't keep a real woman.
right.
It's been men who brag about they self in the bedroom and the woman leave them. men who got, we watch billionaires
Absolutely.
get left by their woman.
All day long.
And so what's going to keep a woman is learning and understanding what does she need. And that's so much more than money, but we have reduced her to just being money hungry or she don't want a man. And here's the thing.
Talk to him.
Men, we got to change our labeling.
Okay.
So when you talk like I talk, you a simp.
All day long.
And that's the problem.
I get called that all day long. You
You're a
simping.
simp. You're a
I'm like,
simp.
what?
Right.
Because I'm being respectful and honoring and
Right.
trying to understand rather than calling her XYZ. I'm like, wait, I'm a simp. But then I just be like, I'm a simp then.
So, ladies, what y'all think about that? See,
I definitely agree with him. Because we are prejudged and labeled. I see this all too often. They think that every woman is the same. They want to put us all in the same category, box us in. And I'm quick to say I am an individual. I'm not in the same box with every other woman that you have encountered, dated, or wanted to date. I'm an individual. So don't label us as money hungry. Get to truly know us at the core of who we are.
Well,
Get
let
to
me
know.
go back to Dr. Park's comment. He said,
Thank
when
you.
y'all go out to a club or something, why do you wear what you wear? Why not wear what you wear to Walmart? Attention, maybe? Well,
Absolutely. In some instances,
absolutely.
absolutely. Now, you have women who go to the schoolhouse in booty shorts and all type of crazy stuff. You have women out there that are doing this and they are looking for that attention. Now,
Absolutely.
your regular smegular woman, on the other hand, she just might get up and wear what she's wore to the Walmart, to the club, because I'm a jean t-shirt kind of girl. So yeah, you might catch me in some heels and jeans and a shirt at the club. Absolutely. But there are women that seek that attention, that really desire to show their body because this
Mhm.
is what they see.
Well, for me, if I'm going to a club, it depends on why I'm there. If I'm there to hang with my girls, I'm gonna downplay it because I don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Right.
need the attention. I don't want to be bothered. I'm gonna downplay it somewhat. But
Right.
if I'm out on the prowl, baby, yes, I got the
If you
girls pushed up.
outside, yes.
I got the girls pushed up. I got the booty sticking out. I need you to understand I am advertising the assets because I do want the attention. Yes.
Yes,
I
the
am going
attention.
to dress according to what I want. So when I want the attention, baby, you know as soon as I step out the door that I want the attention because the toes
Hello.
is done, the nails is done, the hair is did.
You're gonna look at me. You're
You're
gonna
gonna
look at me.
see me, baby, and guess what? You're gonna remember me.
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna be
part.
Exactly.
very memorable.
That
But when
part.
I'm going out and I just want to hang with my girls and I don't want to be bothered, I might wear what I wore to Walmart because even at Walmart, it's a whole mood. Okay.
Still.
Even at Walmart, I am a whole mood. You know, just so you know. But Miss Marie said,
Exactly.
"What is a simp?" That might be a whole nother show.
Yeah. We're gonna have
But
to
a simp is
elaborate.
like it's really an old school. It's an old school terminology. It's like when a man is like
A gentleman.
a Captain Save-A-Hole type.
Yeah.
You know, they act like you a you know, like a pushover or you getting used. You know, that's what I
Kind
am
of lame,
already.
in a lame aspect.
Dr.
You
Terry
need to
Price.
stop it.
Don't
You
you
need
come on here
He
with your
said,
Stop
"Where?"
it.
Dr. Terry Park say, "Where's the club at? Can I see the girls?" Hey, he said, "Where the club at?" He
Thank
needs
you.
to
Simp
answer
is a
this.
sucker. I
a
agree.
simp is a
Simp is
sucker.
a sucker.
But let's talk
On
about
a lame aspect.
what the men were saying because I think it's unfortunate because a lot of people do make it like if a black man is respectful, if he cares about your needs, if he cares about how you feel, they look at him with like he's less than.
Right.
I don't like that.
I don't think that he's less than because he's truly concerned about you as a woman. I don't think that he's less than.
Miss DeVarie say her husband say he henpecked.
Yeah,
Miss
that's the old
DeVarie,
saying.
I believe you. It ain't
Okay.
nothing wrong with it.
I wanna go back to what y'all were just talking about. So, and with some women, you know, they take advantage
Mm-hmm.
of the male that they're calling a simp
Mm-hmm.
because they have this baller mentality, or they have this, you know, money hungry mentality, and they never come across a real man or a man that will be dedicated and cater to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. And so with this whole simp phrase, to each his own. Each person's interpretation of it might be different because your definition of a simp might be a real man. Like, you just don't know what a real man is.
Now that's real. But see, it goes back to what I was saying. on my show last night, knowing what's real and what's not. A lot of people don't know what's real and what's not.
Absolutely.
And for me, I could tell, I know a real man when I see one.
Yeah.
I know a simp when I see one.
Yes.
And I know a player. I know somebody who's trying to play games. You know,
Yes.
I know when I see a real man, first of all, is a gentleman. And what I mean by gentleman, he's not going to sit back and make you chase him. He's going to let you know his intentions, and then he's going to keep it moving. He's going to keep it moving. He's not going to be pushy. He's going to let you know his intentions. Look, I like you. I'm interested in you. Now, you do what you will with that information, but I want you to know this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
He's going to keep it moving. Now, some of these guys who like to play games is all this, oh, I just keep thinking about you. Oh, why can't I see you? Or when can you come? Come on now.
That's a simp.
Now you're playing games.
That's
Now
a
you're
simp
playing
part.
games, because if you knew me, if you even consider me, you know that as a woman at my age and what I got going on in my life, baby, I ain't even much got time.
I'm not
So I
playing with
need
you.
you. Exactly. I need you to be concerned about my well-being. And when you're concerned about my well-being, you just give me the information. Look, I'm interested in you.
Right.
And let's figure out what we're going to do about that. You know?
Exactly.
And keep it
I
moving.
definitely agree.
I agree too.
That is very true. Dr. Terry Park said, I was told that I complain like a girl and don't try to use what you use on your clients with me. Hell, I can call you a bitch and put my hands on you. Then what? I use my skills that work, but don't want that.
Yeah, some women are
He
different.
says, I use skills that work, but you don't want that. But see, I have to go back to, again, what's real and what's not. And a lot of people do not understand that when a person is talking to you like they talk to their clients, if they're a therapist or a doctor or something like that, they're doing you a favor because they're using communication skills.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But some people don't know how to properly communicate. And I have problems with people like that all the time, because guys will say to me, you're a little too direct for me. Well, what would you like me to be? Because see,
Secret.
that's how people who communicate effectively, they are direct.
Mm-hmm. Some people want you to tiptoe around their feelings, and I'm not on that level. I can't do that for you. If you are not receptive of me being direct and me being who I am, you're not compatible for me, because I cannot effectively communicate with you.
Right. Right. So if so many people are so used to being manipulated, thank you, Dr. Terry Parks. Some people so used to being manipulated that if you just talk to them properly, communicate properly, they don't even know how to receive it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to talk to them with, oh, baby, sugar, baby, I'm not going to do that.
I can't do all that. Yeah, I can't do all that.
I need you to understand. Me either.
My emotions, I'm not sensitive enough to do that.
Well, I think for me, I do not find that valuable in getting the message.
Not valuable communication.
No, it's not
to get the point across, whatever, especially if it's a very important topic. You don't have time to be saying baby, honey, sugar pie. You need to be getting you ain't got time to say all that. You need to get the point across so that you truly understand what I'm trying to relate to you. So proper communication is very important and vital in that moment.
Yes.
If it's pertaining to life, especially when it's life or death, or it's dealing with your children, or it's dealing with your finances, it ain't got time to be saying, honey, sugar, baby, we about to lose something, and I need you to sit down and understand what I'm trying to relate to you.
Agreed.
The real spill is you are about to lose something.
Exactly.
You are about to lose someone.
I need you to understand.
Because Lisa Dene will not go without. So you are about to lose something, and you're about to lose someone. So I need you to pay attention to what's going on. And for me, even the anger part, one of my ex-husbands said that, I just want you to get mad. I just want you to get more angry. I'm not going to do that. And when I do, you need to be packing your bag.
You need to be ducking.
Because when I'm angry to the point where I can't communicate with you, it's over.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You have reached a point of no return for me. And for me, because I am an effective communicator, even when I'm angry, I'm going to take as much emotion out of it as I possibly can so that you can get the message.
Yeah.
I need you to understand what I'm saying, and then we could deal with the emotion later. But I think people have been raised by emotional people, immature people who just nail this and bitch that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's not
I'm letting you know. I'm just letting you know what it is, and then you can behave and act accordingly.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have the proper skills to communicate. So the way that they do communicate, they think that's their normal. They think that's the normal way of communicating.
But I really wish they would this is my thing. I really wish that men today would allow you to help them, because I've run into so many men who can't communicate. And when I try to help them, it's like they feel like I don't know, criticizing them.
Yeah, you telling them how to try to handle themselves or how to be.
I'm not criticizing. I'm trying to help you, because one guy said something like, I just feel like we could be good together. And I said, what does that mean? He said, what do you think? What do you mean? What do it mean? We can be good together. I said, that's too vague for me. I can't put any value or stock into a statement like that because it's too vague. What does that mean? We can be good together. Okay, and what does that mean?
Explain.
In the real world, what are you trying to say, sir? What does it mean? And he couldn't even tell me what it meant. So it
had no meaning behind it. It was just trying to say something.
Just throwing something out there, seeing if he was gonna catch it.
Exactly. If he was gonna if he was gonna take the bait.
Yeah. That's all that was.
You said, what does that mean? When somebody say something to me, I go, wow.
Okay.
Really? I'm sitting there, I want you to pay attention to the wow and the really, because I'm really trying to understand why you're saying what you're saying, because I already read through whatever you was trying to post.
But see, even that's vague. Even that's vague, saying wow and really. I think you should say to him, I need an understanding on what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, what are you saying here?
Yeah, because my word,
that runs them off, though. I'm just telling you that.
Yeah,
that runs them off. As soon as you say that, they ain't trying to talk no more.
No, because they like, oh, she ain't playing no games.
Right.
Exactly.
But to me, if you like me, like you said, don't you want me to understand what you're saying? Don't you want me to gain understanding?
You're going to elaborate.
I need you to, especially for a 50-year-old woman, baby. I'm not 21. Ain't got much time to be reading into, he said we good together. Boy, what that mean? What does that mean in the real world for me?
Agreed.
He was like, I thought you would be happy to hear it. Happy? It don't mean shit.
I don't know what that means.
It don't mean nothing.
So why then you should, I would have said, well, why would this make me happy? Why would I be happy that you said that to me? I'm great all by myself. So I mean, like, what?
Kate Davis movie say peace, pastors.
Hey, Miss Kate Davis.
Dr. Terry Parr said he couldn't tell you what it meant because he didn't know. He saw that shit on a BET special. And it sounded good because the chick on the special fell for it.
Yeah, she definitely went in on it.
That's about right.
Yeah. He hit the nail on the head.
And sometimes I feel sad for it because a lot of times these people are older than me and you don't know how to properly communicate what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's like so frustrating.
Yeah, communication is the biggest problem.
I definitely understand. Definitely the age has no factor on knowing how to communicate. I definitely agree that the classes they put in college, some of them need to be transitioned to high school speech class, effective communication class, bring typing back. Because some of these folks don't know the time. Bring typing back, spelling, these things need to come back.
The basics.
But I wonder, it makes me wonder, how did you get this far in life in relationships if you don't even know how to properly communicate that you're interested in someone? How did you get this far? That's the question I always wonder.
You've been selling wolf tickets all this time, child.
That part. Either wolf,
they got their rolling tickets, and every other person was buying the wolf ticket. Oh, he girl, he said we was good together. He was good.
They've been selling wolf tickets, and they also haven't been in a lot of relationships
Exactly.
to even have
Oh
experience.
yes, they've been in situationships.
Yeah, situationships, not real, genuine relationships.
And see, I don't do those. Okay, I need you to understand. That's not. I don't have time for that. I ain't even got time for it. I'm not interested in it. And half of the people that's offering situationships, that thing ain't thinging. So, so if you offering me a situationship and the thing ain't even thinging, make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. Make it make sense.
Math ain't mathing.
So it's not matching. It's not matching because if the thing ain't thinging, you definitely need to be able to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
What we gonna fall back on?
Oh my gosh. What you gonna have?
We have nothing. Like Whitney used to say,
There's nothing.
I have nothing.
I ain't thinking.
And
Hey,
for a lot of men, I'm noticing a lot of men are doing seminars and groups and these empowerment things like women do.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna need some of the men to start doing one on that. Men know how to help these men know how to effectively communicate when they're interested in a woman, because I am not about to try to read between no lines of we should hang out. Boy, I ain't 12. What does that mean?
You trying to take me on a date?
We should hang out.
What are we talking about here?
What? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I need to know in specific terms, how much of time is this going to require of me? What are we doing? When we doing it? How we doing it?
Is it something constructive?
Exactly. Because if I come all the way,
what am I going to benefit? Am I going to enjoy myself?
Well,
is it something I've done already? Don't take me with what I've done already. If it's something I've done already, I don't want to go. Period.
I can go on something I've done already because I haven't done it with that person. So that's fine for me, because every experience is different based on the person that I'm with. So that's fine for me. I can go on something I have done before, but it's so simple to just say, would you like to go to dinner? Would you like to go to lunch? Would you like to go to a show? It's so simple. But a lot of people would rather say, we should hang out. Hang out?
Well, Lauryn Hill says it could all be so simple. She said that, but they didn't pay attention to the lyrics.
I'm not a hangout girl. That's not who I am.
I hang with my friends. I don't hang with someone that's interested in me.
Well, I be getting to the money.
Mr. Terry Park said hangout equals video games, pound PlayStation. Yeah, I don't want to hang out.
Pretty much.
If that's what you're doing, I don't want to hang with you.
Yeah, that's the kind of
nothing.
I'll pass.
And those who they need to reach out to, the people that's playing video games and PlayStation.
Absolutely. It's a lot of females that play those PlayStation games.
Yeah, your girl not one of them.
Yeah,
I don't know why I can't take this down. So one of y'all do it. It's not coming down for me. But
it's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen. Well, that's okay. Maybe it'll unfreeze. We just gonna deal with this comment for a while. But yeah, I don't understand that. Like after you get to a certain age and you're looking for something specific, you should be able to communicate that. In my book, we lost Zoe.
Yeah, we're having technical difficulties today.
We are certainly having technical difficulties.
It doesn't want us to be great. I don't know why. So we've lost Lisa and we lost Zoe. And again, we're having technical difficulties. And sorry about that, guys. And we've reached. All right.
Hey.
Welcome back, ladies.
Wow, I got kicked out.
Me too. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. I got kicked out for a minute.
Yeah, me too.
The devil mad.
It's some haters. It's some haters.
Shaking in his boots.
The devil mad. We exposing the enemy.
Yeah,
exactly.
But no, we were talking about communication. So I feel like, we're coming up on November, and if anybody knows me, they know in November for Stunner Radio, it's all about Black men. It's Black Male Appreciation Month in Stunner Radio for November. So, we're going to be talking a lot about our men and how do we help our men? How do we relate to our men? How do we get to know our men better? Because I think our men are misunderstood, but a lot of it to me has to do with their inability to properly communicate with us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do y'all agree with that?
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. It's difficult to how us three have conversations and how I have conversations with my other female friends. It's completely different when you have a conversation with certain males. It's like pulling teeth sometimes. And I'm not a dentist. I don't have that degree. And I don't want to have to do that every time we're getting ready to communicate. I want to have a genuine, honest conversation that flows.
I agree, T baby. Sometimes it is a little bit difficult to express certain things to men because they're not either receptive of what you're trying to say or they're not in that mind space to understand or like we said, communicate effectively. Like most men don't really know how to communicate, to be honest.
Well, I think we need to have some men on the show because from what I learned, and I only can go by my upbringing,
Experience.
Learning from my dad and my brothers. One thing I have observed with men, they were more action and less words.
Mm-hmm.
Women, we are of many, many, many words.
Mm-hmm.
So we do a whole lot of talking. And a lot of times they'll tune out the talking. They watching your actions. And then so we have to learn how to watch their actions. Now, I have also learned that men that do a whole lot of talking, sometimes they on some bull. You know what I'm saying? They are the ones to watch, especially when the talking don't match the action.
Absolutely.
It's a whole lot of talking, but on the action, it's crickets.
Yeah.
I think those are the ones that's the trouble. But I learned, and I'm going to give you an example. This is how I'm successful with the men in my life. I learned with my dad, for instance. If I call my dad and he doesn't answer, or if he in the middle of something, or if he picks up and says, "Hey, let me call you back," or "I don't got time to talk," or whatever, I'm not going to pick up the next few times he calls. I'm not gonna say words. I'm gonna show you actions. So the actions is answer the phone when I call.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time I call, he right there, "Hey, yeah, okay." So you respond based on my actions, not my words. I could have said to him, "When I call, pick up." It go in one ear and out the other. But if I just do that action of, you're not gonna hear from me in a while.
Yeah.
When
I feel that, you feel that more than you hear that.
And that's how I communicate with men, more through action. So for me, I'm not the woman that's going to be like a lot of women. It's over. When it's over, you're going to come home to an empty house. And you can ask my second husband. He came home to an empty house. And he was like, "Why wouldn't you talk about it?" Because I gave you an opportunity to talk. You didn't want to talk. So now I moved to action phase.
Yeah.
And action phase is we out. Bye.
Yeah, sometimes it is necessary for just showing actions.
Yes.
Definitely agree.
And that's why I feel like in dating, especially modern dating, why don't we find more men of action? Because I think they think we want to hear the words. Me personally, I don't. I want to see the action.
Need to see what you're doing. I need to see how you're gonna show up. Show me how you're gonna show up versus what you're saying.
Yep.
Yes.
And be consistent with it. Be consistent with it. If you say that you're gonna do such and such and such and such, be consistent with what you're gonna do. Make your actions consistent.
And I want to reach out to the men and I want to ask some questions because I really don't understand a consistent good morning, beautiful. I don't understand that, especially when there's nothing else behind it. What is the purpose of this? Every single morning, good morning, beautiful. Then I don't hear from your ass again until the next morning. What is the purpose?
Well, he's talking to multiple women, and it's a copy paste. It's a copy paste.
It's a who will respond.
Exactly. Who will respond, and it's a copy paste.
What's the point? I'm gonna respond good morning back, and I ain't saying nothing else because you ain't saying nothing. what is supposed to happen here? Like, I be so lost, and it be consistent for weeks. Let me tell you something. I know y'all gonna think I'm lying. I have a man who have been inboxing me on Facebook for 8 years. The same thing every single day. And it's not the same message, but it's the same, like, you know, it'd be different words that he's saying, but it's the same thing. And I'm thinking, what you trying to do, sir? It's been 8 years. If I ain't answer by now, what's your game? What's the
I
end game?
blocked him a long time ago.
What you trying to do?
Exactly.
I blocked him a long time ago. That's stalker vibes.
I just be looking at it like, this man is very consistent, but what is the outcome? What is the outcome you're trying to get from this? Because I haven't responded.
At year
not
one, I
time.
would have been chimed in
Stop
because
messaging me.
I would have already asked, like, so what's the point? What's your purpose, and what point are you trying to reach?
So Dr. Park says most men are incapable of proper communication because the game has changed. They don't know what they want. They don't know how to communicate. Me too. And chicks that put all their boobs and ass on social media. Okay, so I see what he's saying. He said, A, the game has changed. B, they don't know what they want. C, they don't know how to communicate. Or D, the Me Too movement and chicks that put all their boobs and ass on social media. So I do get that. I can understand because I have been in situations where it was a professional environment and the guy wanted to holler and he really didn't know how to even compliment me. It's like he was scared. Is this going to be an appropriate way? He wasn't my supervisor, but he was a manager at the facility that I was at. And fine as wine, baby. And I was trying to holler too. But I could see the uncomfortableness. Every time he came around me, he was looking at me a certain way, and I was thinking, baby, we on the same page. I was thinking that. But he didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. And I understood that because that was in a professional environment.
Right.
But I think what Dr. Parks is saying is true. That Me Too thing, and I think that did change the game with a lot of men because men used to could say all kind of stuff. Now they don't know what to say. They don't know what's going
how to say it.
Yeah, they don't know what's going to be considered,
inappropriate. Taken out of context.
And I get that.
Yeah, I agree.
I get that. But also what he said about people with their ass and boobs on social media. So I don't know about that one because I think that's what they want. So I don't know how that would stop them from communicating. It seemed like those are the women that get all the communication.
But some men don't like that though.
Yeah, but then the women that don't do that, they don't say nothing to you either. So,
That's true. You barely get any likes.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. But what he said about they don't know what they want now, I know that's true. And I think that's true of men and women. A lot of people saying they want a mate or they want a relationship. They don't even know what they want.
Exactly. We see that a lot, Lisa. I don't know.
No. See, I don't think dating sites should even allow that, but it's on there. It's an option to say, I don't know what I want. What?
Well, what you here for then, sir? What are you here for, sir?
Because to me,
they need to separate the casuals and the don't know, put them in the box together. All them folks, they got all that stuff over there. I don't know. And I want to be casual. Y'all need to be on the same dating site together. Then put the people that's truly serious on the site that's truly to be serious. Just separate us, please.
Well, I think there is purpose for the casuals. There is purpose for the casuals because sometimes, you could be in a season of your life where you just want something casual as well. So I think it's a purpose for them. They need to be on there. But half of the time they're lying. They say they want something casual. Then they take you out on a couple dates and they call and talk about where you at. Boy, hold on. You ain't my man. This is casual. This is what you wanted. You took me on 2 dates and you talk about where I'm at. Don't worry about where I'm at.
Right.
So,
I'm where I be.
and then the one that wants relationships,
They be the opposite. They be the casual ones. They got on there, they want a relationship, and technically they the ones that should have said casual. I'm just not looking for anything serious. What did you put marriage or why did you put relationship then? You're confused, sir. You're wasting my
Who's gonna
time.
think?
But I think you know what? Now that we're thinking about it, the more and more and more, I've always said this: a lot of the responsibility for the relationship goes on the woman, to me, because that's why these men have gotten so far in life being like this. Because women don't talk back to them. Women don't let them know this ain't
Acceptable.
effective. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not acceptable or effective, and they'll just let them go through life. You got a lot of people in relationships with people they don't even like. Why y'all together? I'll never understand that. Because if I'm not fulfilling you and you're not fulfilling me, let's not waste each other's time. I don't care how fine you are. I can get fine anywhere. Fine is good. But if you talk over me all the time, you don't know how to keep your house clean, you half off in left field when we in conversations. I got to keep telling you stuff 2 and 3 times. We're not compatible.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's true.
It's definitely true. It's definitely true. It's tiring at a certain point. You think they would be tired of doing the same repeated conversations all the time, having to tell you certain things to do in the relationship? You will be woe out, tired. I don't want to have to consistently say the same things over and over. And your communication is okay. I'm gonna do it. I don't want to hear that. Show me what you gonna do. Because if I'm working, just for hypothetical, if I work and you work, we need to share. You don't have an expectation for if you at home or off that particular day. Why you not washing the clothes? Why you not cooking dinner? Why you not helping? And vice versa. If I'm working from home, if I'm doing it, I'm making sure you good. Don't do that. Don't reciprocate. Reciprocate the same energy and the same.
Some men ain't raised like that though.
I
Well,
understand that.
I don't know who raised them, because for me, it's gotta be shared responsibility, because I'm not your mama.
Exactly.
And even the 3 people on this earth who I am their mama, they also know it's shared responsibilities. If you think I'm only you take care of me and I take care of you. I tell my kids out that all the time. I'm the breadwinner, baby, so you gotta take care of the breadwinner. If you think I'm gonna come home from work and maintain the house on my own, you got life twisted.
Yeah.
I am the breadwinner here. So you, as a child, even as a child, you're going to help take care of me. You're going to help make sure my shoes is where they need to be. my lunch that I take to work. Yep. Pack my lunch bag for me. Yes. Thank you, baby. Because I'm raising my children to know that you got to take care of the person that's taking care of you.
Yeah.
You can't just expect somebody
That's very important.
Yeah, that's very important. You expect somebody to support you, take care of you, and then you don't take care of them. It don't work. Life don't work like that.
No.
Yep.
And I could tell a lot of these
each other's cup.
A lot of these men haven't been raised like that. I could tell that.
Absolutely.
That's the reason why I make it a point for my boys. When someone asks me, "Oh, you be letting your boys cook dinner for you?" Absolutely. I bought the dinner. I bought the dinner. They could at least cook it. Absolutely. Don't nobody get no free rides in this life. Who get a free ride? Soon as you're able to walk, you're gonna sweep a floor or something.
Hold the dustpan at least.
Exactly.
That's what mine do.
If you finna do something,
Don't learn in this
ain't
house.
shit free. Nothing. So I agree with you on that, T baby. I mean, if you're in a relationship, but I think a lot of times, like I said before, people who want a relationship want it for different reasons. And that's the reason why people can't get on the same page. Some people really just want to share their life with somebody. You know, we be life partners. We share each other's experiences. We push each other toward our goals. You know, we encourage each other. We're there through the good times and bad. You know, when you have a death in your family, when I have a death in my family, we there for each other. That's the real relationship.
Yeah.
But some people just won't help with their bills.
The
That
intentions
part.
are not pure. Those intentions are no good.
Exactly.
So Dr. Park said, I want casual. I want casual, but women get mad when they can't change my mind. Hell, I thought honesty was the best policy. We can go out, you could come over, travel, and even smash. But I ain't walking down the aisle or looking for a girlfriend at this time. They ain't trying to hear it. Of course, they're not trying to hear it, because a lot of well, you know, I don't know. Come to Houston, because a lot of women in Houston is like, I don't want no man either.
Yeah, they like, bye, you can go home at the end of the night.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't want no man either. So they're like,
What you about to do?
That's fine for
What
me.
you about to do?
Yeah, that part, T-Baby.
What
Where
you about to
going?
do?
Where you
Yeah,
going?
that's
You
fine
going
for
home,
me.
right?
Because I'm about to go to bed. Where you about? You leaving?
But I think honesty is the best policy. And to me, if a man tell me that he just wants something casual, I ain't mad at that. I applaud you on that. It just ain't with me. Yeah,
Exactly.
because I'm past that stage of my life. Because see,
Absolutely.
if I'm gonna have casual, you think I'm gonna be dealing with a 50-year-old man? Hell to the motherfucker, no. I'm finna deal with a young stallion who finna burn, you know, do the damn
Break it
thing.
down.
That
Go
thing
break
gonna
it
be
down.
thanging. Yeah, that thing gonna be thanging every time I need it to be thanging. It ain't gonna be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if I want casual, baby, it's gonna be with a young stallion. I'm just letting you know.
Oh my gosh.
To knock the bottom out of it. That's all I'm saying. At this point in my life, I'm looking to settle down, you know, and be a grandma. You know what I'm saying? The thing need to be thanging at least 70% of the time, but I can deal with the 30% when it ain't thanging. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, you know, different people in different stages of their life. That's why communication is important.
Right.
Absolutely.
Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. And I think when you effectively communicate what you do and don't want, there's no misconception or
Confusion.
misunderstanding
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with Dr. Parks, though. People will try to change your mind.
they definitely
Right, they will. They
it's
will,
what they
because
want.
they're not receptive to what you're saying. So they think it's something else. And then, you know, you can go on dates with this person, you can do this, you can do that.
They didn't
Eventually
call feelings.
eventually the intentions change, and a person might start feeling some type of way.
But
You
I
can
think
start-
that you put, that's a big risk to take.
Yes,
If a person tell you, I just want casual, and you think, well, I'm such a good woman, I'm gonna just go on a few dates with him, I know he gonna change his mind. That's a big risk to take.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, for me, I have had that in the past where, you know, a man said he just wanted to be casual, and in that particular stage of my life, that's all I wanted to. But the next thing I know, you're trying to call my phone, you asking me to move in with you. Boy, this ain't casual. That's not casual. You don't understand the definition of what we're doing here, and that ain't it. Oh God, I cannot.
See, baby,
I can't even.
Oh Lord. Oh my God. When y'all read this comment, I can't even much do it. Where my water?
Dr. Terry Clark said,
his thing still thanging, and I ain't a young stallion, but a thoroughbred.
Okay, a thoroughbred. All right. Hey,
he's a seasoned horse.
Not a season.
Not a stallion. He's not bucking, but he still can buck.
but know your way around the track.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that either, because I ain't about giving directions. So sad. But anyway, before we get off track, I feel like it's important for people to communicate those things. But also, it's like you said, Zoe, sometimes your feelings do change. But I feel like if your feelings change, you have to communicate that too.
Absolutely.
Because I have been even on the flip side of that, where I've been talking to someone or we've been communicating and dating or whatever, and both thought we wanted a relationship. But after a few encounters, I decided I wanted it to be casual. Because I was like, nah, this ain't it. So I had to let them know, look, this is just not it for me, you know. And it was a hard conversation, even for me, because usually I could say, "What? Hey, it ain't nothing." But I understood that the person had some feelings, but I didn't. So I felt like it was necessary for me to just say, "This is not anything. I don't think it's going to ever be anything." So I think, you know, let's take it a different route. Perhaps this could be casual or something, you know.
Yeah, you still have to have those tough conversations regardless of the person's feelings or not, because at the end of the day, that's leading you on. Now I'm leading you on.
Right.
Now I don't feel the same, you know, like now it's totally different. And I feel like that has to be acknowledged too, because one person can't be on page 10 and you on page 100. Like, it's not going to work.
Absolutely.
It's not going to work.
I actually saw that on an episode of, I don't know if you ladies watch, it's called Cherish the Day. And it's a situation where she was having a casual relationship with her previous.
Kay Davis said, biting my lips.
But why? We want to hear what you got to say.
Exactly. She
I can only imagine.
She had a casual relationship with a previous man, and he didn't have time for a relationship. But as soon as she started dating this other guy, he says, what does he have that I don't? She said, well, I want to explore what we used to have and bring it to the future. And he said, well, I'm trying to make time for us now. I want to make time for us a relationship, but you didn't have time when we were casually. So why all of a sudden you have the time now?
Well, I think that goes into the category of people will do what you allow them to do with you. Absolutely. And with your time. Because even a woman as fine as Marjorie Harvey had to give Steve Harvey an ultimatum. When he thought he was just going to be girlfriend and boyfriend forever, she let him know, no, sir, not with me. You're going to have to make a move or I'm out. And you would think that she wouldn't have had to do that. But it just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how a person feel about you. They will do what you allow them to do.
Exactly.
And once he, realized that he was going to have to go on without her, he changed his mind. Okay, yeah, I'm ready for a relationship. Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, people get comfortable in the situations that they're in, and so instead of effectively communicating about it, they just continue to go on with that flow until a person put forth that effort to say, hey, this is not what I'm looking for anymore.
Exactly.
Or I can no longer do this,
You got to. That's why communication is so important.
Yeah.
Because if I'm telling you I know I'm not a long-term girlfriend. I am a wife, darling. So
not a 10-20 year boo.
No, I can't do that. You don't get that. That's too long.
Well, for me, I was raised by a man who taught me how to be a wife. My dad didn't teach me to be a girlfriend. He taught me how to get to know somebody, understand their needs, anticipate their needs before they even communicate them to you. You got to know what your man needs before he even asks. Those are the type of things that you don't give to a boyfriend. Yeah. No, you don't get those type of benefits. To where I'm anticipating your needs before you even tell me what you need, and I'm supplying your needs. I'm there for you. I know you better than anybody else in the world. That's a wife. That's the person that got your back. That's a life partner. But see, people want that, but they want to give you boyfriend. No.
I'm good, sir.
Yeah, we got to be on the same page with that. Some of us are ambiverts. We want you, but when you get there or we are done, we want you to leave. This is from Dr. Terry Parks. Okay, we want you, but when you get there or when we are done, we want you to leave. Well, I don't really know what to say to that one.
I'm speechless.
I mean, I'm going to be 100% and be honest with you. Like, I've been in that stage in my life myself. Like, But I had to learn something about myself. This is what I learned about myself. And I had to tell guys this. If I'm intimate with somebody too soon, before I have a strong connection with them, I'm that person right there. Once the deed is done, it's kind of like, bye. It was nice knowing you. I have no more interest whatsoever. The interest is gone. I be trying to be interested. I be trying, but it just leaves. And I think for me, it's because I need to have more of a connection with a person. That's just how it works for me.
I have to. For me, it's mental stimulation.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't get me here, we're not going nowhere. Period. Like, I need to know that you effectively can communicate. We can talk about any subject and you can actually elaborate on those subjects and have a actual opinion, or you've done some type of research, or you're willing to do some type of research, or you able to have a conversation. But when you saying you typing y WYD all the time.
Well, good morning, gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. That part.
Well, I had to look up ambivert. And so the ambivert is a person who exhibits qualities of both an introvert and an extrovert.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
I don't know how that relates to just wanting somebody to leave when you don't.
Well, sometimes you want a person, and then sometimes you really don't.
Oh,
Because you're an introvert and an extrovert. You don't want to be around people, but you do.
okay. Now I
Right?
get that. Now,
Yeah.
okay. Now it makes more sense.
Mhm.
And I think I could be fall in that category because I'm more of an extrovert, but at
Okay.
times I'm definitely an introvert.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I get that, but I think in dating that's cool as long as you tell somebody they should know that. But I think in marriage and in long-term relationships, people need to understand you have to go past your comfort level. Yeah, you may be an introvert, but when you with your partner, you got to be extrovert. You can't. You got to go past your comfort.
Yeah, you kind of have to change.
That's just
a little
kind of
bit.
how relationships work. You got to go past your comfort.
Absolutely.
For
Yeah.
me, a person who I can be very introverted. Okay, I can be very introverted, but he said, "Break it down, Zoe." And she did. She broke it down for me. But when I was married, I had to be an extrovert, especially around my in-laws, because when you go around your in-laws, you got to be all family oriented. You got to be, oh, hey, And I wasn't feeling it half the time. I don't like your mom. I don't like your auntie. I don't like none of them folks. But in a relationship, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, you got to build
Absolutely.
those relationships.
You can't just be like, I ain't going to the family function because I don't like your mama. No, you have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
at least sit there and be pretty and be quiet.
Yes. But I think that your mate, knowing that about you, should, when you come home, should be like, baby, you did that. I appreciate it because I know that was hard.
Acknowledge it.
Yeah, acknowledge it. Like, I know that was
Mhm.
hard for you. I am so grateful how you came and you really did that. And I appreciate that. But when
Absolutely.
a person knows you and still want to keep taking you out to these functions and stuff and don't even acknowledge the fact that you went past your comfort, that becomes a problem in the relationship.
It absolutely does.
Speak on it.
It absolutely does.
Because after a while, you feel like you're giving more than you're receiving.
Right. And I feel like
Mhm.
I feel like you have to communicate that. So if your significant other is like not aware of that and not acknowledging that, that's when you step up and speak on it, because a person will only do what you allow them to do. They'll only keep bringing you around because they think you're comfortable. They
Right.
think you're okay with it. So they're not really acknowledging what you're going through on your end.
But see, I'm really glad that Dr. Parks brought that up, because I really never even thought about it like that.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for people like that to communicate that specifically. The fact that sometimes I want you around, sometimes I don't. And I think that's real life. Remember when I talked about the fact that, I said this last night about illusions and how people think romantic love is what holds relationships together.
Right.
romantic love is not really even real. It's a mind-made thing. We make it up to ourselves, and we thrive off this perception of a person in our mind.
Mm-hmm.
Real love, it goes beyond whether I want you around or not. Because half the time, when you're with somebody you love, you don't want to be bothered with them. I mean, think about the fact of your kids. You don't want to be bothered with your kids all the time, but you ain't finna pack their bags and put them out.
Right.
You operate in love.
You might close the door on them.
You might close
Right.
the door and say, go to your room. I don't need, you know,
No.
but
Yeah.
I don't understand why people, especially mature adults, can't say that to each other. I need some space without being like mad or feeling like somebody trying to cheat. See, I didn't even really realize it until y'all brought that up. That has been an issue for me in the past because sometimes I want to be alone. And a lot of times men don't understand that. What you mean you want to be alone? Sometimes I just want to be alone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so they will take that as a rejection of them.
Yeah, rejection.
Or take that as you want to be with somebody else. No, I want to be alone. How is that hard to understand?
Right. I just need a moment by myself.
Yeah.
It's the moment I need a spa day. I need to think about my own thoughts, take care of my own self in that moment, and not worry about anybody else.
Right.
Dr. Parks said that's why they call me Dr. Parks, because of the way I operate.
Okay.
No, that's right.
Okay.
I'm
But-
so mad.
But communication is very important, and I'm glad that we're talking about this. Hopefully this will help somebody. It's helping me. It's really helping me because I think now I have to break that down even more to people. My wanting to be alone does not mean anything bad that you've done. It's nothing bad against you. It is a me issue. It's all about what I need.
Right.
Right.
And then perhaps I can make it up to you in another way. But at this time, I need to be, have some alone time. And I think if a person is really for you, they can understand that.
Yes, I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. They'll be accepting of who you are and the things that you need.
Absolutely. They
Yeah.
definitely will.
But I think the key is being able to communicate those things. So we're at the end of our time. So take this tea to go. What tea y'all got to take for them to take the go?
Since we were talking about communication, since that was our topic, I would say if you do not know how to effectively communicate with whomever you're dealing with, even if it's male or female, or you're on, whichever side of the spectrum you're on. If you're a male trying to communicate with a woman, if you're a female trying to communicate with a male, take a class, do some research, Google, YouTube. YouTube and TikTok tell you everything now. You don't have to go to the library for a whole bunch of things. Google and look for that information to learn how to effectively communicate if that's not your strong suit.
Mm-hmm.
So, or seek a mentor, seek a coach, whatever you need to do to effectively communicate so that you can be a better communicator in your everyday world, in your professional world, and in your personal relationships.
That's good. That's good. Well, for me, the tea I want to tell y'all to take this tea to go is it's on relationships too. And for me, it's take the time to heal. Really, really heal. Like whatever that looks like to you, take that time because it's so important. When people operate in their pain, they're a whole different person. They're a whole different person. You're not yourself when you're operating in pain. And although people can't always see your emotional pain, it does affect how you deal with people.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say take the time to heal. And then once you are healed to a point where you can connect with someone, allow yourself to be vulnerable. You have to have some measure of vulnerability because, I'm at the point where I ain't trying to break down no walls. If you got a wall built up, then you and your wall have a nice life. I ain't got time to break down the bricks of your wall. You know, I think people have to allow themselves to be vulnerable. If you want somebody to be in your life, you got to let them in, and not with this surface stuff like, yeah, I'm trying to enjoy life with you. Boy, what do that mean? You know what I'm saying? Let's take it all the way down to what is the real meaning of this. And that requires some vulnerability. And I think that's hard for a lot of people to do, but hey, I just feel like you got to do it. So that's my take that tea to go. Take this tea to go.
Well, my take this tea to go is to know the difference between things that are real and fake. You really have to know who you are, know yourself in order to be able to properly communicate with other people. So just take the time for yourself. Take the time to learn you.
Absolutely. Can I go back to this comment?
Please.
Because Dr. Park says pain is a part of life, can't always be avoided. And I just want to clarify. I don't think people should avoid pain. Pain is not only a part of life, it's also necessary for growth. Mm-hmm. Some things you have to have. Some things have to be painful. I think for me, my best lessons in life have been come through pain, you know. Right. But I think that learning how to operate properly in pain and heal from the trauma of experiencing the pain, because pain causes trauma.
It helps you become a better person.
Yes. Have you ever slammed your hand in a car door? That hurt like hell, and you be traumatized behind that.
Yeah, you ain't gonna want to do that again. You gonna
be doing your hand like this. Your hand in place, slam. Yeah, you outside.
Mm-hmm. You learned a lesson from that, and it helped you deal with cars differently. You don't even play around with no car door. You just be like, okay, because I slammed my hand in a car door before. So it's the same with relationships. I don't feel like we should deny our pain, but I think we got to heal from the trauma of it enough so that we don't taint every future interaction.
Absolutely.
Every single future. I mean, I think T Baby and I, we have talked about this a lot. So we have experienced so many men. Your first conversation with them, it's a whole hour or two about what the last woman did. And you're like, oh my God, you need therapy. You need to heal.
Exactly.
You need help from that trauma, because baby, I can't go get her and beat her. I don't know what to do with her. I can't help you and her. She's gone. So
exactly.
I don't know what to tell you.
Dr. Terry Park says, if you don't deal with your pain effectively, you may act impulsively. Mm-hmm. If you act impulsively, you may end up hurting yourself, someone else, or not getting your goals met. Mm-hmm. And that's very true.
That is. You definitely have to work through your pain. You definitely have to process your pain and deal with it the best you can for who you are.
And I think even things that don't hurt anymore, the trauma from that experience lingers. It's like, you know, I don't know. It just changes you. It changes who you are as a person, because you remember. It don't hurt like you. I could talk about a betrayal. Somebody betrayed me that it hurt so bad in the moment that I couldn't even talk about it without crying. I couldn't even bring it up without getting emotional. Now it doesn't hurt so bad, but that trauma associated with having to go through that, it keeps me from really, you know, dealing with people too quickly.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It changes who you are. It changes who you are, and it definitely makes you aware of your actions.
Right.
Hey, Michelle. Michelle says some people need to fix themselves prior to even thinking about a relationship. That is true. That's true facts.
That is so true. But the thing is, here's the problem I have with that, because I feel sorry for people who need love and need affection, because I mean, any way you slice it, human beings need affection. We need love. We need affection. We need touch. We need to be loved on. And I feel bad for people. I know this is going to go to the left. I feel bad for people who need that but not ready for a relationship. That's why I advocate for legalized prostitution. That's where it went to the left.
What? No.
I would pay for it.
So
Because
so
some
with the
people
comment
need-
with the comment that she just made, I feel like you do have to love yourself. You have to know how to love yourself before somebody else can come love you.
You do, but I think a lot of times, see, here's my thing. How many people you know, if you take sex out the equation, would they have a relationship at all?
Not
Yeah.
very many.
I agree.
Very few.
Mhm.
So a lot of people are just getting their physical needs met. And that's why I feel like, at some point, we need to allow these people to make their coins and go on and legally minister to the people who need the physical affection.
Get a tea, baby.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Okay.
Get her now.
I'm going. Okay, if this doesn't happen, I'm going to run for office. I'm telling y'all, and that's going to be my platform.
Gosh.
That's going to be my platform. Legalize prostitution nationwide, because some people need to help these folks who need to be rubbed on, touched on, that need the bottom knocked out of it, need their back bent over. Some people just need that to
That
even
thing
work on
thing.
themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know for me, well, y'all know we went through this pandemic. One of my exes came back and was like, this pandemic has showed me how much I love you and I miss you and I just want to work on our relationship. And I said, really? Okay, so we're going to work on our relationship, but there's no sex. Sex is off the table. He said, what?
That's not gonna work.
It wasn't going to work.
Yeah,
I thought you wanted the relationship.
Yeah,
He didn't
some
want to
people
try.
are
He wasn't
sexual.
hearing that.
I said, I thought you wanted the relationship. So if you want the relationship that bad, he lasted 3 weeks without saying this ain't for me. Yeah. Because if
bet.
sex ain't on the table, most people don't even want a relationship.
Yeah.
So that lets you know how big of a need that is for people's lives. So when I think about people fixing themselves prior to getting to a relationship, it makes me sad for people who need that that physical part of a relationship.
Mhm.
Most
That
people,
is
that's
sad.
the only reason why they dealing with folks. That's the only reason why they married. That's the only reason why they cohabitating. So I don't know. It just makes me sad for them, because I'd be like, dang, they ain't gonna never get they gonna need a Yanla to fix their life. Because they ain't gonna never be ready for a relationship. They gotta fix themselves without sex. And some people, that's their only reason. That's the only way they in a relationship. Come on now, y'all know this.
Yeah, I know. It's sad. It's sad that they need that to be in a
relationship.
only be in a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not sad that they need
Yeah,
that.
I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with you right now.
I'm not messing with that part, but I'm sad that they feel they're
I'm
in a
just saying.
relationship.
Oh my God.
It's time for the show to end.
cannot
It's
deal with
It is
Dr.
time.
Parks. I cannot.
He
deal
said,
with
well,
him
don't
tonight.
forget, my thing's still thinging. See, with the tongue out emoji.
OMG.
We got you. We hear
OMG.
you, Dr. Parks. We hear you loud and clear.
Zoe couldn't even get her words together there.
I'm done. I'm so done. But I'm just saying, hey, I don't know. When you need, some people need their hair scratched. They go to the beautician, they scratch their hair. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's an itch that need to be scratched. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And sometimes it ain't nowhere for folks to go. So they get in these relationships and situationships.
And casual relationships,
That part.
Okay.
And it ain't equitable for everybody. Everybody ain't getting what they need out of it. So I'm just saying, if it was a legal transaction, everybody would get what they need. That's all I'm saying.
And the things would be thinking.
The things
everywhere.
would be thinking.
As the thoroughbred said.
Well, we done gave our tea to go. It's time for us to go. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We've had a great time with you guys as usual. We're going to be back next week. And if you are a man and you watch us, please reach out to us. We're looking for men for our month of men. It's next month. I know we waited till the last minute to tell y'all, but I've been busy. Your girl's been busy. So, hey, reach out to us on social media. Instagram is Black Coffee with a Side of Tea. We would love to have you on the show for the month of November. And anything else, ladies, before we get out of here?
That's it.
Thank y'all for watching, and thanks for tuning in and chiming in with all y'all comments. We appreciate the interaction.
Yes, indeed.
And if you didn't catch us on live, catch us on the playback.
Oh, that's right. Catch us on the playback. And we will see y'all next
week.
You don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country. So we think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers and you're finished. You understand me? You're fucking.